To the Stewart Buzz, we have Blake here today. Blake, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing awesome, man. How are you, Chris?
I'm living the dream.
Oh, yeah.
It's tattooed on my arm. By the way, we are here today to talk about something that's been freaking annoying me for quite some time, and that is the word MAGA. Now, it's not annoying me in the way you might think it is, you deplorables, but it is annoying me because why is it that MAGA has to stand for the deplorables, according to Hillary, or the people that are Republican? It's not the case. Does anybody here know what MAGA stands for? Blake, please tell them what MAGA stands for.
Make America Great Again.
Who the hell doesn't want that? All right? You morons out there that think that MAGA is just a Republican person, well, let me get my Glock out and prove you wrong. Okay? So, seriously, it is Make America Great Again. Why the independents? Why do the Democrats? Why don't you people want that? I don't understand that. Explain it to me. Comment below. Hit subscribe so you can get more of this bashing that I'm going to be doing to you. And hit the hype button, please. But anyway, why do people think that MAGA is bad? Blake, take it over. Tell me.
Well, the number one answer I get all the time is, when was America ever great? America was never great. So,
well, I'm going to argue with you on that because in 2019, 2020, America was freaking great. I can go into the store. I can buy what I want. I don't care what's in my account because there was money in my account. Right now, I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking about wiping my ass with something other than toilet paper because I don't think I have the money to buy the toilet paper. Yeah, am I exaggerating? Absolutely. But seriously, the economy from then to now, oh, but President Trump's president now, well, he hasn't been president long enough to make a freaking difference. All right? Not yet. But it'll change. But why the problem? I saw a video with you with that chick who attacked you. I thought that's funny as hell. And then you did the long version, the long video of that, which I thought was great as well. Did she get a ticket for that?
Yeah, well, she got what they call a cite and release, which kind of bothered me a little bit because if it were me,
you'd be in jail.
I would have been on the ground, facing the pavement.
Absolutely.
Hands behind the back.
Absolutely. Knee to the neck. Knee to the neck.
I can't breathe. No.
That's right.
But
we won't go there now.
There was definitely a feeling of double standard. However, with the Stewart police officer, I think he handled it in a very proper manner as much as he could. You can tell he was a rookie. It's very obvious. A lot of the Stewart PD are rookies, and they graduate to the Martin County Sheriffs. That's a well-known thing. But, a lot of respect to him. But
I do know there are police officers that come into my store. You met them.
Met a couple of them.
I'm not going to even bother saying the names, but they're one of the finest. I actually do some counseling stuff for some people down in Hollywood who are also police officers and said that Martin County has such a reputation of amazing officers because they're backed by their people.
Oh, yeah.
So they do a great job. I mean, there was this bus that used to drive around causing a lot of mischief, and the cops were always there. I mean, it was amazing. And thank God the dude that used to ride that bus is gone. I don't even know if he's alive anymore. But, if he's not, hey, he's making America great again if he's not. But anyway, did I say that out loud? I did, didn't I? Oh, damn. Oh, you can come after me if you wish. I don't think you know how to get here without a GPS, though. So do you still get people stating MAGA is bad? And how can we fix that?
I mean, it's always going to be a problem as long as the chains are off of the mainstream media, because this is all propaganda.
Now, people are going to say right now, chains shouldn't be on the mainstream media. They should have a right to say whatever they want. There is no epping news anymore, dudes.
It's all opinion.
Right. It's all opinion stations. That's what they are. They're not news stations. That left with Walter Cronkite, okay? Now it's an opinion station. Even Fox is an opinion, Newsmax opinion, MSNBC opinion. The Morning Joe sucks. I guess that's all I can say about that. But how do we change it How do we make them realize that America should be great again? And when was it? I'm going to tell you personally, I know for a fact that I was better off in 2019, 2020 than I am today. What about you?
Well, yeah, before the 2020 thing, the outbreak happened because America was doing too good under Donald
That's
Trump.
right. We need to come up with
Trump.
some sort of niche to get this thing messed up. So they put a couple monkeys or something together, and they figured they would come up with a virus.
Well, there's video from 2017 of Dr. Fauci. I can't even stand calling him a doctor, but
he's not a doctor.
Anthony Fauci.
He's like Dr. Phil.
He is quite literally saying that there's going to be a surprise outbreak.
Right.
He says it.
I saw something like that.
He actually said that was, 3 years before it actually happened?
Let's put it this way. Have you heard from the guy since? I have not seen him recently. Have you?
No, not at all. He's hiding.
He's definitely hiding with a bulletproof vest, no doubt. So I also heard that 6-foot rule that he made up. Mm-hmm. He literally made up. There's no science behind the 6-foot rule. And every freaking store had a thing that said 6-foot rule only because he thought, well, the virus can't travel more than 6 feet. And so he had to come up with a number, so he picked 6 foot. That's what he actually said. Are you serious right now? You're going to come up with a 6-foot rule? My daughter was out of school for years because of this virus. What you were going to get if you got a vaccine or you didn't get a vaccine. I never got the virus, by the way.
And I didn't get the
vaccine. I didn't get an injection, by the way. And people that did get the injection, guess what? They got the virus. I thought it was supposed to stop.
Yeah, and this is I want to play this real quick. This is him. Let's see if it...
That perspective to the topic today is the issue of pandemic preparedness. And if there's one message that I want to leave with you today, based on my experience, and you'll see that in a moment, is that there is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that. But also there will be a surprise outbreak. And I hope by the end of my relatively short presentation, you will understand why the history of the last 32 years that I've been the director of NIAID will tell the next administration that there's no doubt in anyone's mind that they will be faced with the challenges that their predecessors were faced with.
Now that is wild. That is in 2017. And when he's saying the incoming administration, he's talking about, of course, Donald J. Trump. And so they were literally talking about this years before it happened.
And setting it up.
It's wild.
That's a setup. That's a whole setup of what's going to happen. Hello. Doctor, you don't belong to The Simpsons. You can't predict things. So that's what The Simpsons do, right? Well, anyway, he's equivalent to The Simpsons because the dude's a freaking cartoon. He's that much of a joke because to me, he knew about this outbreak. He's the one that was involved in it. He's the one that fought the gain of function. He's the one that like lied to everybody about all that. Yep. He knew about it. All the numbers were skewed, by the way, so you know. So if you got into a motorcycle accident, right, and you happened to have COVID while you got into the motorcycle accident and you died, then you died of COVID. That's the way it was.
Yeah, not from getting smacked by a car on it.
Right. Your head was over here and your body was over here, but you died of COVID.
Yep.
Not decapitation.
Really crazy. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is let's all play really well in the sandbox together and not have people attack Blake. Literally this chick, you can see it in her face. You know what happened is she had no other answer to give, so she just went off on you. You asked her these questions, and then she was like, "I can't answer it. Let me beat the piss out of them." So she went that route. And seriously, how does somebody get that unhinged? Oh, by the way, Hillary Clinton, you moron. Let me explain something to you. We're not the deplorables. We're not the people shooting other people. We're not the people that are attacking other people. We're not the one that's hiding grandpa in the basement. Okay? We are the normal people. So how many people, I know this for a fact, I did a podcast on this. How many Democrats were shot over the last 20 years? Or attempted to be shot? Do you know? If you don't know,
2?
just say you don't know.
2.
Well,
2.
screw you.
Wasn't it 2?
Yeah.
It was 2, right?
I hate you. But it was 2. Now, here's the question. How many Republicans over the last 20 years, did you watch my podcast, by the way? Because
No,
you're
I
freaking
just-
cheating. I'm telling you right now. Over the last 20 years, how many Republicans? And I know this answer.
Well, it's at least been 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been more. I did more than 3 for sure.
It is 27.
Wow, I didn't know it was 27.
27 people were either shot, killed, or tried to be killed over the last 20 years. Republicans.
Wow.
So that, and we're deplorables? Really? We're the deplorables. Now you got some Newsom dude in California. Instead of running the state, he decided that he's going to run a podcast instead. Okay, so now he's trying to be the little kid. I'm going to have a podcast. Well, I'm allowed to have a podcast, okay, there, dumbass, because you know what? I'm not like a public servant, and I could have a podcast, but you should get off your ass off the podcast and start running a state that is falling apart, all right? Like, and burning up, and homeless people everywhere, and druggies everywhere. So
It'll never happen under Newsom. It'll never get better under Newsom.
I don't believe Newsom, and if he does run for president, I don't believe that he's going to win.
No, but he is. I noticed actually what's really interesting. He had Charlie Kirk on his podcast before he passed away.
And how'd that go?
Well, actually, it was because Charlie is who he is. He's able to, even with the craziest and the far left, and even the people that are not for America, right, are not even helping their own state, like Gavin Newsom. Charlie's still able to have a very civil, proper discussion to where it looks like they actually get along.
That's what I
right?
love about him, though.
And it was beautiful. And Newsom even admitted, my son is a fan of yours.
Right.
So even Newsom's son was a fan of Charlie Kirk.
Look at the turnout that we had at his memorial, if you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
It
Even in the rain.
it was hundreds of thousands of people. They had to have an extra stadium just for that. Now, I watched Charlie well before probably a majority of the people that are watching this knew Charlie. I even watched him on Fox because there were 2 dudes on Fox with very similar names. I don't know if you know that. You got Charlie Kirk, and then you got the other Charlie with the big hair, Charlie Hurst.
Okay.
So they used to always make fun of each other because they used to always get confused.
Yeah.
They themselves did not get confused. They know who they are. But the people would say, "Oh, you're Charlie," and they would get the wrong name. Although 2 totally different people, it was just fun to watch the banter back and forth. One thing that Charlie had that was really cool was the ability to stay calm, even though when he's being bashed to pieces by people that just totally disrespected him and didn't even have the right info at these college campuses.
Oh, yeah.
But this is part of making America great again. The reason I believe that Charlie was taken out is that in 8 years from now, Charlie would be the most amazing candidate to be president of the United States. I mean, everybody knew it.
Yeah.
That's just what, I mean, look what he did at 31 years old.
Well, this is the thing. The Democrats prey on children, and it's very obvious they prey on the kids. And one thing that Charlie was able to do better than any conservative was reach out to kids and children and people in the colleges. And a lot of these kids ended up turning a new leaf after talking to Charlie. There's testimonies, if you look them up, of people who were identified as being transgender, whatever, right? And then they said after talking to Charlie, they now have a family and they have kids and they're out of that cycle, you know. And
Right.
what's really wild is a lot of them say they were in a psychosis during that time. So, and they realize I was never a Democrat. I was never a far left liberal. I was never any of these things. They said, now I realize my beliefs were actually conservative. The whole time they were conservative, but somehow I was in this psychosis. And that's what a lot of them describe it as, being in the liberal mind virus, you know, the white woke mind virus.
I believe that he changed a lot of kids. I believe even if he didn't change a lot of kids, gave them a venue to speak their mind, and then Charlie would speak his. I mean, at this point, it was the best of agree to disagree. I mean, seriously, he can debate with somebody, and even if he can't change their mind, he can agree to disagree with them and move on to the next person. Yes, there were times where he would have had to said, please get them away from the microphone so the next person can step up. And you can hear the people in the background clapping that he wants the person gone and they want another person to step up because the guy was being a pain in the ass at the microphone. Now, about the MAGA thing. So MAGA would have become more and more and more prominent the more Charlie got out there in the world, because we all know that President Trump only has a short time to be president of the United States, although people think that he's going to run again. What's your take on that, by the way?
Oh, he's absolutely just trolling people. Trump's definitely not running again.
He loves to do that.
He puts it on there. He knows that it ruffles their feathers. So
he
you know
loves
what
to
I mean?
ruffle feathers. You're fired.
Yeah, but why not?
Yeah.
You know, if you know that it bothers them and they're going to act that insane about it and that crazy, it's a little humorous to me.
What he does is he plants that seed, right?
Yeah.
And then he sits back and watch you like have a breakdown. And then he chuckles while he's eating his hamburger. Okay, he's just chuckling and watching you make a fool out of yourself. That's what he does. I mean, that's what he did in business. He's just that type of personality dude. Now, yeah, some people don't like his personality, and I get it. He could be a little rough around the edges, you know. I mean, we do know some people like that. Some people that don't know how to drive actual big RVs. They have an attitude like that as well. But he was getting the job done. The only thing that I do not like about this whole thing is that big, beautiful bill that's not helping me at all. Is that big, beautiful bill helping you at all?
Honestly, it hasn't impacted me one way or the other.
It has not impacted me at all either. I guess that's the problem. If it's so big and beautiful, like what annoys me is, oh, you don't have to pay tax on Social Security. Well, yes, you do. Anybody under 65 that's collecting Social Security still has to pay. Anything 65 or over, you don't have to pay.
That's still nice. It wasn't that way before, right?
No, but I'm 63.
Oh, you'll be fine. You got a couple years.
And I collect Social Security. So that means I had to pay the taxes on it. What do you know? I don't collect overtime.
You know what? Let's just storm the IRS. You down?
Does that still exist? I didn't know that. I didn't know the IRS even still exists anymore. Please do not audit me today, okay? I don't really need that. Not that I have any money to be audited anyway. But anyway, so the whole idea with this, 19 minutes into this podcast, was MAGA, why the hate? Why can't we just all get along? That whole phrase. And I want you to sum it up as to why we can't all just get along. It is, Blake, tell me if I'm wrong here, us against them. Do you think that statement is fair, or do you have an opinion on that? Because I can agree to disagree.
Yes, I mean, I essentially do agree to that statement. However, what it is right now is we have the media and we have our beautiful cell phones, right, that we're on all the time. People,
I don't touch my cell phone.
Yeah. And, you know, the real issue here is
You said the Brill.
I know the real issue.
You said it. I heard it.
Is
What's a typo?
we
with his
have
mouth?
people that are constantly pushing this propaganda. They're constantly pushing the hate. We have the media that's pushing the hate. And you can always tell because they parrot the exact same sentences.
Right.
They say,
right.
They say
Like
Trump's
joy.
a Trump's a pedophile. You're a racist. You're a bigot. We're anti-ICE. We're anti this. We're anti. They're always trying to use the same verbiage.
It's almost like they have a meeting and say, okay, we're going to say these things.
Exactly.
But it's also, I'm sorry to
like
interrupt.
no kings.
but seriously, think about this. The protest.
Yeah.
They all have the same color tents.
Yeah.
They all have the professionally made signs. Where is this money coming from? Yeah, Soros.
From NGOs.
We
Soros.
we know where the money's coming from. Why isn't something being done about that? Because you know what? I don't think it's against the law. It's not against the law for Soros if he wants to be a billionaire and give these people the money because he doesn't like Trump or something like that. It's not against the law to be able to do that, and because protesting is legal. Violent protesting is not.
Correct.
But all the tents, these guys got fancy tents, they got fancy signs and everything like that, but everybody has it's all uniformed. So seriously, do you think we don't know that? Soros, are you that stupid that you don't think everybody knows that?
Oh, he knows.
I mean, you're like 150 years old. Take your money, go watch some like old westerns or something on TV and stop like bothering people, for God's sakes. Last words to you.
Well, the real thing is, he's 150 years old, but he's also got a son.
Yes, that's true.
That's even worse,
true.
right? So it's almost as if, you've just got to completely cut them out of what they're doing as far as...
Now, mind you, I'm going to put a disclaimer on that. Does not mean to hurt them in any way.
No. But there's got to be a law, is what I mean, for these NGOs to be purposely pushing the propaganda with false statements. See, what they do is they hide behind the First Amendment, right? And they use that as a loophole to push out propaganda that is affecting our country greatly. And
how do you control that?
That's a good question. It's a great question, but there's got to be something that can be done in order to put our country first and the well-being of people. When I would say if you're a official, right, nonprofit, official business, and you're purposely pushing out propaganda that will affect people and affect the country, right? Like calling
in a violent way. Too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then there should be some recourse for that. And I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not into.
Nor does he play one on TV.
No, but there should be. I feel like this needs to be something that's discussed, and I've heard Trump talk about it before.
One quick one, just to let you know, they passed on September 25th, open carry in the state of Florida.
Yes.
Just to give you that.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. Comment below, subscribe, hit the hype button. We got to go. Say goodbye, Blake.
Adios.
See ya.